So, welcome to the channel. This is Visualize Eternity, where obviously we have a different perspective. We like to look at things a little differently. That's why the camera's inverted, the camera colors. But really, what we want to focus on this channel is truth. Truth matters. Delusion doesn't do any favors for anyone. And because we want to have that visual perspective of eternity, we want to make sure that we focus on that. But how do you do that? This world, it's very easy to get caught up in the wants and desires of this world. So if we're trying to live our lives as though we're living for eternity, we're living for eternal goals, how do you even do that? How do you see through all the stuff that fogs our view in this life? How do you see things how God sees them? Is it impossible? I think that's something we should all strive for. I'm on that journey. So, welcome. It's kind of it's a day that makes you think about a lot of things. This is the day that Charlie Kirk passed away, was assassinated. He spoke truth. He held truth on a pedestal, and it was important to him, more important than what people might say about him if he didn't match up with people's feelings or expectations of what you should say, because it matters that we speak the truth. Not to say that we should go out of our way to purposefully hurt people, bring people down, trample them with our words, but at the same time, we can't go along with people and be their undoing just because we don't want to offend something that really is offensive to the eternal makeup, eternal justice, eternal rules that are there for us to live by. And I think that begs the question, are there rules? Is there, and I don't think rules is even the right word, but are there ideas? Are there statutes that are unchanging? Are there statutes, principles that outlast this world? I think there are. I think if we look into eternity, there are some things that follow us. It isn't just all whispers in the wind. It matters. It matters in the eternal, and it matters now. I'm kind of rambling on this first video, but I think this kind of sets up this channel and the topics that I want to bring forward and the discussions that I want to have. I know I have things to learn. I know I have understandings to ascertain. But I do want to strive for truth, and I hope you are along for the journey. I did have a verse here. Maybe I will jump over to it now. And this is Philippians 4. And we're going to look at starting with verse 11. Because this gives us a little bit different perspective on life. You know, most people think things are where our happiness comes from. If we don't have things, how can we be happy? If we don't have all the stuff we want. I think everybody's under the same understanding that we need people, love in our lives. We need people who care about us, people that we care about. But a big part of what the world says is you need to get yours. So let's see what Paul says. So he says, "Not that I was ever in need, for I have learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I have learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it is a full stomach or empty, with plenty or little. For I can do everything through Christ, who gives me strength." Is that possible? Can we be content with an empty stomach and with nothing? Think about that. Tomorrow you wake up, you lose everything. Is your whole world dashed, shredded, no hope? Or does your hope rest in something greater? And is that truth, that knowledge, can that overcome some of those things that you feel are necessities or things that would bring you needs for happiness? I would like to think that I could be content still while lacking, while hungry. But you never really know until you are in that situation. And it takes time. Time in prayer. Time meditating on Christ. To really realize and understand what truth is and where our true fulfillment comes from. So something to contemplate. And I think I'll leave it there. So, buckle up. We're going to be on a journey together, and I hope we can all grow in truth, love, and really join together on this journey. All right. God bless y'all. Peace.